Look what just came in the mail. This is the $19 Apple polishing cloth. This might be the most Apple product that there's ever been, a polishing cloth for $19. It's received a fair bit of criticism online, but I thought I'd get one because, I don't know, it seemed ridiculous and I wanted one. And now I'm debating, do I keep it in this and like keep it as like a keepsake, like unopened Apple polishing cloth, or no, that sounds stupid already. Let's open it up. Okay, very nice, very nice. It is legit it's just a, oh, Apple. By the way, this is not what today's video is about. If you're looking for today's video, maybe, I don't know, go to that timestamp I'll put on the screen when today's video actually starts. This just came in the mail today, so I thought I'd share it with you guys because it's so funny. It is like a thick cloth. It's not, I thought it was more just like a, to be fair to Apple, I thought it was more like just like a lens cloth kind of thing. This is like it could like stand up on its own, I think. I mean, it's still not worth $19, which is why it got so heavily ridiculed online, but I don't know, I thought it was funny, so I bought one. And now look, I now have a polishing cloth with the Apple logo on it. So stupid. Okay, in today's video, we are gonna be talking about my two favorite mounts for GoPro and any sort of action cameras, DJI Action 2, Insta360, any kind of action cameras you're dealing with. These are my two very favorite mounts. And the first one is the magnetic mount from Snap Mounts, and the second one is the suction cup mount from Seasucker. Today we're gonna go through the pros and the cons of each of these two mounts, kind of talk about the use case scenario for both of them also, because I get a lot of people hitting me up about Snap Mounts and they're like, man, I put it on the side of my truck and then I went off-roading and it fell off. And yeah, it would do that if you used a magnetic mount in that situation when you should have used a suction. So we're gonna go over the pros and cons, but also the use case scenarios. When do I use a magnetic mount and when do I switch to a suction mount? And if this video helps you guys out, hit that like button. That is super helpful for me. Also, maybe you subscribe. Maybe you ring the bell and make a really good decision in ringing the bell because, you know, 2022, make good decisions in 2022, ring that bell. So first let's talk about what these two mounts are that I use. This is the Snap Mounts, this is the magnetic mount that I use. It is this base piece bit, and you see it folds down like that, but then you can fold it up like that. You can see your screen in the back. This makes all of my other mounts magnetic. This is the main use case that I use Snap Mounts for. Now the back is magnetic, so I have these little adapter bits. See that little adapter bit? That goes onto any of my other mounts. Any GoPro mount that I have, I put this adapter bit on, and now I can take my GoPro with the base plate on there and pop it on there. And then when I want to take it off, I just pull it off. And then if I have another mount that I like to use, like I like to use the bite mount a lot, I can just slap it on there. And even my suction mount, I normally have a Snap Mount on there, so my suction mount is also a magnetic mount. So if this is mounted like up in my car windshield or something like that, I just take my GoPro, I slap it up in there, I film a cool driving shot. When I'm ready to flip to something else, I just pull it off of here, throw it on here, and I'm walking down the street. So significantly faster than taking your GoPro and having to unthumb screw it to get it out of my suction mount, then re-thumb screw it in to put it on a handheld mount. It's just a very, very fast way to switch my GoPro from mount to mount to mount. And also because there's magnets in this piece as well, I can just take the GoPro and I can just slap it to a metal surface like a refrigerator or the side of my van. That's usually how I use it. I just kind of slap it against the van and now I can just talk to it. It's almost like having a tripod anytime there's a metal surface in front of you. There's all sorts of use cases for a magnetic mount. And then for the suction cup mount, I use this guy, this thing, this bad boy right there. Hang on, let me pull this off. Oh, it's really on there. The suction piece itself is this guy. This is a Seasucker 4.5-inch vacuum suction mount. That means that instead of just kind of like putting it down and going click with like a lever or something like that, you put it on the surface and then you pump it up. Like you do this, and then that orange piece, it disappears. Like as it sucks, it kind of goes in, and then once it's all the way in, you know you have ridiculous suction. Because the guys that make Seasucker are not known for camera mounts or GoPro mounts, they're known for bike racks. They use these suction cups to hold bikes on cars. So yeah, these will hold your GoPro no problem. And then I just add one of these magic arm doohickeys so that I can mount my GoPro. I put snap mounts on the end and it's a great setup. Okay, pros and cons of magnet mounts versus suction mounts. I am going to tell you that right after I thank today's sponsor, which is Cuts Clothing. These guys, makers of super dope shirts and hoodies and things like that, but now they've got like joggers, they've got Sherpa jack, they've got all sorts of clothes, but really what makes Cuts unique, what makes Cuts special at least, is that the fit is just hard to describe until you put one on. I keep telling people, I'm like, if you don't believe me about Cuts, order one black t-shirt. I prefer the black t-shirt like the Henley, like with the 3 buttons, but just order a black t-shirt in your size, and when you put it on and you look in the mirror and you go, oh, that fits different. I get it. The materials are great. The fit is what's so incredible. And if you are looking to up your style in 2022, first thing in the description, you will save 15% by using my code, and you're welcome. Okay, pros and cons of magnet and suction cup and when to use each. Let's start with magnets. The magnet mount in general, this whole snap mount system, it's fast. This is how I mainly use it. How I mainly use it is to move my GoPro from one mount to the next very quickly. I don't have to use a thumb screw. I just pop it on there, I'll pop it over here. I switch this one to that one and pop this on here and that on there. Very fast to move between mounts. And because the base, see the base plate has magnets in there, and then this bit also has magnets in there. So when you mount them like this, you are mounting magnet to magnet. It is super, super secure. I've done this in past videos, but you can shake the heck out of this thing. These are very difficult to get apart, but they are little kind of tabs on the side there. You grab those and pop it open. So that's how you move it from mount to mount. But when it's on there, like when I'm walking around, I am not worried about this thing falling off of the magnetic mount, because technically I have double the magnetic strength. I'm going magnet to magnet, very strong. Now, when I just put it on the side of my van, or if I mount it to like a refrigerator and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna talk to camera like this, that you've only got one set of magnets. So it still sticks on there very strong, but it's technically half the magnetic strength of when you're in this setup. Whoop, backwards. This is double that magnetic strength because you have double the magnets. This is magnets to magnets, and this against my van is just magnets to metal. And there's a couple things in that scenario. One, I will always use the little rubber mat that you can get from snap mounts. So one, I put this on my van, and then I put this on there, and that's basically just so I don't scratch my van. Like this is just hard plastic, and I don't want to put that on my van. So I put rubber on my van, and then I put that on there. It helps to not scratch my van. It also helps to prevent shear force. See, magnetics are good this way. When I stick magnets, even magnet to magnet, this way, if I'm pulling straight out, it is the strongest axis. But if I put them on there like that and I move them sideways, shear force, I can open them like that much, much easier. And without the second magnets in place, it's even more pronounced on metal. Like on metal, pulling them this way is kind of where you feel the magnetic force. But if you don't even have the rubber mat, if it's just on your car, you could kind of just like push this thing all around your vehicle and it'll stay connected to your vehicle, but it'll slide around your car. Now, all that wrapped together is just that the pros of magnets is that they are super quick and super convenient. The con to magnets is they're only as strong as a magnet, which again is quite secure, but like I could just do that and it would come off. So if I'm driving my car, I would never have this suction cupped to the side of my van. That would be a terrible idea. I've even seen people that will put this on their hood. I think I've actually done it in previous videos. They'll put this on the hood and like film like into the car or like film like a forward facing shot with this just magneted on their hood. I don't recommend that, because what would be a much better solution for you would be a suction mount. Now, a suction mount, it takes longer to set up, totally. If I'm gonna be putting this onto glass, I usually just take like a microfiber towel and I will wipe the glass really well, pop this bad boy on there, you start pumping the side so that it vacuums, and boom, I'm good to go. But if I'm gonna do it on like the side of my car, I usually take like a water bottle first. I kind of dump some water on it. I kind of try to get some of the dirt off. Then I wipe it with this thing to dry it off really well. And then I can put this on there, suction cup it in place, and know that it's quite secure. Oh, you should also wet the rim right here. This little seal bit, if you just give it a, quick one of those, you wet the seal, that will help it stay in place way better. So it takes a little bit longer to get a suction mount set up or kind of put in place. This one, again, it pretty much just lives in my windshield. I put this up in my windshield, I pump this up so it's like right in that middle spot, and then I use this magic arm, which is by Small Rig. I'll link this in the description below. Usually looks something like this. This is suction cupped into my windshield. This comes down, and now my GoPro shoots out the front. I kind of get that like driving shot. You kind of see the little bit of the hood, and it's a driving shot. I usually just do like time lapses from there. But then I can also reach up and I can kind of undo this bad boy, and I can turn it around to face me, lock it back in place, and now talk to the GoPro. You kind of get that like in the car driving shot where you can talk to the GoPro, maybe you're on a road trip or something like that. You want to kind of update the viewer on what you guys are doing. You have that rear. It's a great spot to mount it, but again, this one, it just lives there. I have like 4 of these, and that one, it never leaves the van. And again, these hold bike racks on. Like people that are spending $10,000, $20,000 on their bicycles are mounting these to their vehicles via these suction cups and then driving down the road. So again, I feel really, really good about putting it. When you suction cup this in place, like try to remove, just give it a shot. Try to remove it without like peeling back one of these tabs. Good luck. So pros for the suction mount is it is incredibly strong. But the con of a suction mount is that you need a smooth surface. You need either like a window, which is the best place to possibly mount it, or a really smooth surface like the side of your car. If there's any bit of roughness, like even this table here, it feels so smooth. And when I suction cup it at first, come on. Oh, and seeing that spot right there? Because there's like a little groove. It does not want to suction cup because of that little groove. Hang on, let's try a different spot. Okay, now on this table that seems extremely smooth, it is, can you see the little thing popping out? It's already losing suction. Pump it back up, come on. This table seems smooth, but it's not, I mean, it's still on there like crazy. But you can see it's losing suction slowly, and I mean, it's still really on there. Even though the plunger is like almost all the way out, which it's not supposed to be. Oh, still very strong. But again, ideally it is on a window. If it's on a window, you are not gonna pull it off. Like no chance are you pulling this off a window. But if you're gonna put your very expensive camera outside and then you're gonna fly down the road, or maybe you're gonna go on some bumps, like a bumpy road or something like that, spend the extra money and buy a rig like this. This bit here, the Seasucker 4.5-inch mount, I think is $59. And then I'm pretty sure that this magic arm is $19. So $78 for this total price here. Totally worth it. Oh, and then if I put it on the outside of the car, I will remove my magnetic piece here, and I will mount the GoPro directly to the GoPro mount. So anytime I'm on the outside of my vehicle doing something, no, I'm just not gonna trust magnets to hold my camera in place. So I hope that this helps clear up kind of the differences, the pros and cons, the use cases between a magnetic mount setup like snap mounts and why and how I use snap mounts. But what do you guys think about these two mounts? Have you picked up the Seasucker 4.5-inch suction mount or the snap mounts? If you've picked up one of these two and you have kind of an opinion on one of them, put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If you guys haven't picked up these two mounts and you want to, links in the description below. And yeah, I hope it's helped it. I hope it's helped clear it all up for people that were putting their snap mounts on the side of the car and they were falling off. Hopefully this helps you now. Go get yourself a suction mount for that kind of shot. Another thank you. Thank you guys so much for pushing this channel to that 250,000 subscriber mark. I'm excited for maybe when we hit like 500, that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, you should below, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys soon. Hey, also comment below on what you want to see on this channel in 2022. I have a bunch of ideas pretty much the whole time that we were sick with COVID. I was just sitting there writing out, brainstorming ideas for this year. But if you have ideas, comment below. I love hearing what you guys want to see on this channel. And yeah, it helps kind of like guide the direction of this channel. I am in the comments as much as I can be. So yeah, you should too. All right, I'll see you soon. Yeah.